All right, let's switch on the defensive side. Let's talk about who are the guys that could win Defensive Rookie of the Year. And before I get started, let's talk about a few of the honorable mentions. Chauncey Gardner Johnson with the Saints is one of my honorable mentions. Here's a guy that I think uh, is once again a perfect scheme fit for what they want to do. They want to play three safeties. They got Marcus Williams as their deep guy, and then they want to run two safeties underneath. I think Chauncey Gardner Johnson fits perfectly into that because he's that safety corner hybrid. He's got like a cornerback body with a safety skill set. So I think they're going to put him in the slot where he had a lot of experience with last year. He can play man to man in the short area. He can come up and help against the run. Perfect fit, good an emerging defense, a team that's going to be going far. I think he could have an early impact, and if he gets a lot of turnovers or makes some big splash plays, it's a possibility. Denver defensive tackle Draymond Jones, coming from Ohio State, defensive tackle. I think he's got a shot. He's an honorable mention because everything has to come into play. He's not drafted to be a starter. They've got guys already there, but they need interior pass rushers. So he's going to get those looks on passing downs. You got Von Miller coming from one side. You got Bradley Chubb coming from the other side. I think that's going to free, defenses are going to focus on those guys, and a guy like Draymond Jones could come in and end up getting 8, 9, 10 sacks this year. Could is the key word. If he's putting up big sack numbers, that's going to get him Defensive Rookie of the Year consideration. The last honorable mention I have is Chase Winovich of the New England Patriots. I wasn't a huge Chase Winovich fan coming out, but I thought he had, he's worthy of a day 2 pick. Going to the Patriots, I think, is a good situation for him. They don't have a pass rusher like him. They've got Michael Bennett. They've got Dedrick Wise. They've got some of your more traditional base defensive ends, and that's what they've liked. But Chase Winovich gives them something different. He gives them a little bit of speed off the edge, and they don't have that. So when they go to sub package and they move Michael Bennett inside to tackle, Winovich is going to come in, and I think he can put up some numbers. And once again, you're having a team that's going to be playing with a lot of leads. They're going to be rushing the passer a lot. He's going to get opportunities to produce, and if he's able to, he's got a shot. All right, let's get into my top 5. Number 5 I have is Nick Bosa. My main concern about Nick Bosa is his durability. He's already injured, hamstring injury in OTAs. He had an injury in high school. He had an injury in college. So there is injury concern for him. If he stays healthy, I would have probably, if I didn't have any injury concerns about him, I think he's number 1 or number 2 on this list, just because they've got two good interior pass, a good interior pass rusher with DeForest Buckner. I think Solomon Thomas can be a solid interior pass rusher. They just got D Ford, and now you have Nick Bosa. Defenses, he's going to get a lot of one-on-one blocks, and from what I've seen in college, he's going to win in one-on-one blocks. So I think he'd be able to put up big numbers, but he's probably going to get injured. He's probably going to miss games, and I don't think he's going to have the same sack output as a normal guy without durability issues would have. Number 4, I have another pass rusher, Montez Sweat with the Washington Redskins. Here's a guy that probably would have gone top 10 if he didn't have a heart issue that popped up at the combine. He ends up getting pushed back to the end of the first round. Washington trades up in to get him. Another guy that's going to probably win the starting job. He's going to play opposite of Ryan Kerrigan. The Redskins have a good front 7. You've got Daron Payne and Jonathan Allen. You've got Ryan Kerrigan. Once again, the focus is going to go other places. He's going to be able to come in, one-on-one blocks. Can he use his power? Can he use that ability to turn the corner to attack? So I think he's got the talent. He's got the scheme fit. He's got the opportunity. All right, number 3, going with the pass rusher once again. I went back and looked at the guys that have won it the last several years, and it's usually, you've got a few defensive backs. This wasn't the best defensive back class, but it's usually defensive cornerback, pass rusher, or off the ball linebacker. So it's when you have a good defensive, pass rushing class, you're going to get a lot of these guys up here. But I have Brian Burns with the Carolina Panthers. The Panthers are moving to the 3-4 defense. When Burns was drafted, it kind of surprised me a little bit with this selection because I didn't think he fit their 4-3. But now it comes out they're going to run a 3-4. They've got Gerald McCoy now. They've got Dontari Poe. They've got Kawan Short. So you've got these three guys that are going to get some interior pass rush. They need these outside guys. He's going to, once again, I've said this at nauseum, he's going to get one-on-one blocks. He's got speed. He's got bend. He's not the best at, power and setting the edge, but he's going to be coming off hard off that edge, and I think he's going to get some good numbers. He's going to have a lot of opportunity there. Number 2, I have Jacksonville's Josh Allen. Here's a guy that a lot of people thought would have been the 3rd or 4th overall pick. He ends up sliding down to 6 to Jacksonville, a team that didn't really need him. They've got defensive end Yannick Ngakoue. They've got Calais Campbell. They've got Taven Bryan, who they drafted last year. But that's why I think he's going to have success. Here's a guy that had nearly 20 sacks last year in the SEC, Defensive Player of the Year, dominated games. He didn't do that just because he was okay. He did that because he was an elite pass rusher. They're going to want to get him. Their defensive coordinator's already said he sees him as a 15-sack guy. Another opportunity. Hey, if we've got all these pass rushers, all these good defensive linemen, you can't double them all. They're going to let the rookie go, and I think he's a skilled pass rusher. He's got athletic ability. He's going to win. All right, the guy that I picked to be my prediction, who I think is going to be the Defensive Player of the Year, Rookie Player of the Year, is Devin Bush with Pittsburgh. We saw it last year with Darius Leonard, came in with the Colts and was their off-the-ball middle linebacker, running around, making tackles, really rejuvenated that defense. I think Devin Bush is going to have that same opportunity with the Steelers. This is a defense that is ready-made for him to come in and produce. They've got a strong 3-man defensive line. They've got good guys off the edge with T.J. Watt and Bud Dupree off the edge. You've got some solid guys in the secondary. They needed that guy to kind of fill the Ryan Shazier role, and Bush, I think, is that type of guy. He's got speed to go from sideline to sideline. He's got the ability to drop into coverage. He's physical when he comes up. He's going to put up huge numbers. And not only, and once again, he's playing on a team that's going to be contending to make the playoffs, contending to make the Super Bowl. He's going to have huge numbers. He's going to be flying around and making highlight plays. I think it's the perfect recipe for Defensive Rookie of the Year.